Can you solve all these thermodynamics questions? The study of heat. Confident and correct thermodynamics. Everything else in the vicinity. Great job, surroundings. The father of thermodynamics is dash. Bravo, Seti Karna. Study of how heat moves is called dash. Smart thinking, thermodynamics. Thermodynamics unites physics and dash. That's it, chemistry. Mostly involve heat and work movements. Nicely done, energy transformations. The heat content of a reaction is called? Keep it up, enthalpy. The second law of thermodynamics defines. Correct response, entropy. How many laws are there in thermodynamics? Good job. Everything else outside the area of study. Well-reasoned, surroundings. How many laws of thermodynamics are there? Excellent reasoning, 4. Zeroth law of thermodynamics is related to. Solid response, thermal equilibrium. The study of the rate of a reaction is dash. Outstanding effort, kinetics. Thermodynamics is the study of dash and heat. Thoughtful answer, energy. Relations between heat and other forms of energy. Valid point, thermodynamics. In thermodynamics, which is not a state variable. Perfect choice, heat. The study of the change in heat is known as dash. Thermodynamics, great work. Thermodynamics, there are no values in the table. On track? In this case, we can see what thermodynamics law. Nice work, and if? In thermodynamics, which is not a state function. Well done, heat. This is an example of what law of thermodynamics. Yes, first law is right. The pressures listed in thermodynamics tables are. You got it, absolute pressure! This diagram represents dash law of thermodynamics. Spot on. The substance under study in which a change occurs. Precise answer, system. Electricity produced by falling water is called dash. Logical choice, hydroelectricity. What is the study of energy and its transformations? Well expressed, thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics has to do with dash. Commendable response, entropy. The second law of thermodynamics describes how heat dash. Exactly, which is not an extensive property of thermodynamics. Right, density? What is the study of heat and energy transfer called? That's accurate, thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is based on study of dash of the system. Right choice, macroscopic properties. What does the zeroth law of thermodynamics help define? Well articulated, temperature. Which law of thermodynamics is this? The law of entropy. Second law, well done. Which law of thermodynamics is associated with entropy? Second law is correct. Everything outside a defined system is known as the dash. Excellent work. Surroundings. Who formulated the zeroth law of thermodynamics in 1931? Well supported, R.H. Fowler. Which of the following refers to the science of energy? Accurate answer, thermodynamics. What is the equation for the first law of thermodynamics? Strong answer, U equal talk. The concept that matter transitions from order to chaos is. Very good, entropy. Dash is the physics of heat, temperature, energy, and work. Clear and correct, thermodynamics. Everything in the universe that is outside a defined system. Keep it up, surroundings. What is the process of breaking down large molecules called? Well-expressed catabolism. Ratio of output work to input work expressed as a percentage. Very good, efficiency. What is the main concept of the zeroth law of thermodynamics? That's accurate. Thermal equilibrium. The dash law of thermodynamics states that energy is conserved. Well articulated first. Which law of thermodynamics introduces the concept of entropy? Second law is correct. Any characteristic of a thermodynamic system is called a dash. Smart thinking, property. The second law of thermodynamics is also called the law of dash. Entropy. When changes in energy are studied from chemistry point of view. Thoughtful answer, chemical thermodynamics. The minimum amount of energy required to start a chemical reaction. Right choice, activation energy. What is the branch of physics concerned with heat and temperature? Accurate answer, thermodynamics. Which law of thermodynamics helps to explain how car engines work? Clear and correct first law. Which is not the best statement to describe thermodynamic system? Exactly, speak. Which of these is not a component of the first law of thermodynamics? On track, electrical energy. The first law of thermodynamics is concerned with the conservation of. Strong answer, energy. Kelvin Planck's statement of the second law of thermodynamics related to. Excellent work, heat engine. Which law of thermodynamics can be referred to as the arrow of time? Yes, and if is right. Branch of science that deals with the transformation energy to another. Well supported, thermodynamics. What do we call the relationship between thermal energy, heat, and work? Confident and correct, thermodynamics. A condition in which all parts of a system are at the same temperature. Valid point, thermal equilibrium. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Commendable response. Contact Narayan Changder.